The hook I'm using is a Full & Mill, it's a competition heavyweight. This is a size 10. Thread I'm going to be using is the Unithread 80 in red. I'll just wax the first 6 inches or so. I'll just give us plenty of grip and a good base of thread down, tying the materials. And when you get to the point of the hook, remove the waste, and then I'm going to form a tag using a medium red holographic tinsel. So I'm going to catch this in at this point and then come round the bend and then come back up until I'm in line with the barb of the hook, which should be about there. Now to protect the tinsel, I'm going to wind over some super glue. Yeah, this is the Full & Mill super glue I'm using with the brush. And then what we do is wind over, which will stick and make it last that much longer. Tie it down, turn away. Now for the tail is a dyed black pheasant tail. Now I'm putting on about 5 or so fibres for the tail. A couple broken there, I didn't like that. If you're not happy with something, don't put it on. So I'm going to go back in here now, again I'm just going to bring it 90 degrees, tear it off once the tips have lined up. You're looking for a tail length about twice the shank. So we tie that over the back. Could be longer, shorter, it's up to yourself. Whatever style you like to fly. You trim this the length of the body, which is about 2 or so mil from the eye. Then I'm going to use a small flat tinsel, silver tinsel for the rib. Tie this on, full length of the body. And what I'm going to do here, just make sure this is the right length. Just going to make sure this is tied on, and then come back down. Now the body, I have a wee touch of red seal's fur at the back, just a wee highlight. You could use SLF if you haven't got the seal's fur, or something similar. Dub this on. Just nice and light. As I say, a wee highlight. And then I'm going to get some black seal's fur. I'm going to bring this up to about the middle of the body. So I'm just going to catch it on. This time I'm just going to make sure it's tight, a wee bit tighter. At the same time thinking of a shape, so it's tapering up. Now I'm going to, basically I only want to bring the hackle halfway down, don't want it any further. So what I'm going to do is, we get a Chinese cock hackle. You could use a saddle cock hackle or anything like that, or even a hen. It's up to yourself. Get a dyed black. Now I'm going to remove the fluff at the bottom. Now I want it to start, you can take your thread up, say about 1.5 mil from the eye, catch this on, just making sure it's tied in. This is quite an unusual way to do it, but it makes it easier to tie in the hackle and wind the rib up. Yeah, I do this a lot with salmon flies, so it works in anything, whatever you like. Especially when you want to tie a hackle in only halfway down, or even if you want to change the colour of the body. Now what I like to do is just come down with the dubbing to the centre, working my way down till I get to this point here. Now leave some of the dubbing on, you want to come back up. Now what I like to do is just wind the hackle down, do a turn at the top, and you're going to give about 3 turns or so to there. Then bring your thread up through with your dubbing. This will help hide the red thread in this case. But if you were using black thread, you wouldn't have to do this. Take away your excess dubbing. Thread to the front. When this is tied off, you can basically break that off like that, or cut it off. Then bring your rib up through. Now this gives a nice taper in the body. Now just as we come up, make a space for your rib. Just draw back the fibres. Now I always like to put a wee bit of wax on my thread. Extra grip. And then just trim this away. Now what I want to do is brush with some Velcro towards the back of the hook. Just watch your thread. This will bring out any fibres from the hackle caught in with the rib as well. I'll taper some of the fur into it, and you get a nice, when this is wet, you get a lovely taper towards the back. I'll just put a wee bit of wax on my thread again here. Tidy this area up for my hackle. And I've got a French partridge hackle. Now the grey part is the bit I'm really looking for as much as the tip. The length, I don't want it too long. Just checking the length here. Just all you have to do is put the fibre, the stem of the feather up the eye, and look at the length of the fibre. Now that's just a wee touch too long for me. So always, I've got a pack here, I've got plenty to choose from. If you're not happy with a feather, always, or happy with a colour or something, try another one. I'm just checking the length. That's better. That's a bit better. So what we do is remove what I don't need. Tie this in by the tip. The good side facing myself. 2 or 3 turns down, fold the tip back. Just slip your fingers back and there's the tip will pop out. And then we can trim that away. Then we want to form our hackle by just drawing this back. Now I'm just checking the length as well. I don't want it too long. Now these are slightly too long, so we hold the feather tight in my fingers and we can take these away. And then we can wind the hackle. You'll get, depending, it's a nice thin stem on these feathers, so they're easy to tie in. Come up, once you've got it formed, just bring out the fibre. 2 or 3 turns. Now I'm going to fold back the stem, or any fibre going forward, tie a nice head. You can break this off. Be quick look. It's fine, it's sitting nice. Now that's it, you could finish, just tie off at that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of jungle cock eyes, just an added aiming point to the fly. You don't need this, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. 2 small jungle cock eyes, just hold the tips. Draw back the fibres, but you don't need, draw it back. Make sure they're lined up. I always like to put them on together. You can either run them along the side of the body or slightly up. I like them slightly up. Catch these in with 2 or 3 turns. Now keep the thread tight and just check, see how they're sitting. If you're happy with the length, this one needs to come in a wee bit. Just check again. Looks okay. Always check you're happy with the fly. A wee bit of wax on, and then I'm going to fold these back. And I'm just going to look at forming a nice head with the thread. And then keeping the thread always tight, making a whip finish. Just ignore everything at this point, just 3 or 4 turns of the whip finish. Trim away your thread. You can pull these out. We can trim away, or we can break them off. Sometimes you can break them off if you get a neater cut. See, like that. That looks okay. See a couple of fibres a wee bit long there I'm going to take out. Don't have to do this. Once you have a good cast with the fly, it will sit nice. Now, what I do for speed, for varnishing the head, again I'm going to come back to my super glue and I'm going to just lightly touch the head all the way around. As you can see, I've cut away most of the brush, so I've got a nice taper there, nice point. Allow that to dry, which doesn't take long, 2 or 3 minutes and it's dry, and then we can varnish it. And that's a grey and black Mayfly pattern. Nice fly, nice colour combination, and you could fish this in Ireland any time of the year and I'm sure you'll catch a few fish.